Yo, it's fair.
Okay.
It's on high.
All right, we're ready. Order.
Nothing against it, I just don't want to be.
Next witness.
silent for-
Defendants were now to call Mr. Berkshire. Could you please state your name for the record?
Kit Berkshire. People call me Kit for short.
Mr. Berkshire, what do you do for a living?
I work for Blitz News Network. I'm the president and CEO.
How long have you been working?
I was hired in late 2003.
Could you please explain your educational background?
Yes. I graduated from Swarthmore College with a degree in broadcast journalism, then moved on to get a joint degree from Harvard Law School and Business School.
After completing your education, did you work in the field of journalism?
Yes. For about 20 years, I worked in various fields: news director, field reporter, president. I've been around the block of journalism a couple times.
Now let's talk about BNN's coverage of the law enhancement debate. As president, do you choose which events network will cover?
Absolutely, president and CEO.
Why did you choose to cover the law enhancement debate?
Well, I was hired by BNN to start making more of a news reporting type. So doing this press conference, we got kind of the best of both worlds. We got the news in for the future governor, possibly, and then we also got Drew Walton, who's one of our audience's favorite celebrities. So got both sides of the spectrum.
Who did you assign to cover the debate that night?
Well, I signed producer Fran Martin, who's one of our lower-ranking producers, Harley Kim, our photojournalist, and our up-and-rising star, Ricky Thomas.
Did you watch the debate that night?
Yes, I did. I watched it on another channel since BNN was only covering the press conference. I was going to switch after the debate was over to watch BNN.
What happened after the debate?
Well, I was watching on UBC, and the reporter came on and said that Lane Hamilton has been shot.
What did you do after learning this?
Well, immediately I had to try and find the news, and the president of Blitz News Network. I had to find out what was going on. So I immediately called the producer, Fran Martin.
Why did you call Fran Martin?
She was the producer on the scene. I wanted to make sure that we got the news delivered to the people as soon as possible.
What did you do next?
Well, after I talked to Fran Martin, I got a call from Regan Thomas.
What was this phone call concerning?
Regan called me, instructing me that he found certain evidence and found eyewitnesses that indicated that Drew Walton may have shot Lane Hamilton.
Did you allow him to run the story concerning?
Eventually I did, but not right away.
Why not right away?
Well, when you're the president and CEO of a company, you want to make sure that you cover all ends. I wanted to make sure that you get correct eyewitnesses, talk to the police, and make sure that he was around the scene. Basically, got a good grasp of what was going on.
What were your reasons for allowing him to run the story?
Well, at first I definitely gave him, he made sure that he had good eyewitnesses, unbiased witnesses, which he had. Talked to the police, got a good investigation of it, and then made sure that his investigation was clear and thorough. And I also advised him not to overstate the facts. Wanted to make sure of that one.
Mr. Berkshire, did you watch the broadcast on by Regan Thomas that night?
Yes, I did. I wanted to make sure that Regan Thomas did a very thorough investigation, spoke clearly to the audience, and never crossed the line.
Could you clarify what you mean by never crossed the line?
Well, I've been in law now for over 20 years. I know the elements live with Nicole. I want to make sure that all my reporters are doing a thorough, fair, and accurate job of presenting all the cases at hand, making sure that we give the facts to the people in a timely and proper manner.
Did BNN ever alert their audience that this was breaking news and that further developments would be expected?
Absolutely. The news is always changing. No one can argue that. I made sure that the anchor RJ Reeves said updates are sure to come. We had a ticker showing that more information was to come, and we never overstated the facts. We wanted to make sure everything was clear.
Would it help to see transcript to be more specific as to BNN, how BNN alerted their audience to this?
Yes, absolutely.
Permission to approach the bench to retrieve the transcript. Permission to approach the bench. Mr. Berkshire, do you recognize this document?
Yes, absolutely.
What is it?
It's the transcript of the BNN broadcast report on September 24, 2006.
Is this a fair and accurate copy of it?
Yes, it is, absolutely.
Is this used in normal course of business?
Yes, it is.
The defense now would like to offer this as defense exhibit A.
It's in our.
Is that right? Could you please point out some areas where BNN alerts their audience that this is breaking news?
Yes, absolutely. What we can see here, if you see that there's a ticker saying that BNN breaking news, Lane Hamilton has been shot dead. but we also have stated that it was only not certain, it was still, the facts were still coming, and that we didn't want to say with absolute certainty. Regan Thomas never said with absolute certainty that Lane Hamilton was shot by Drew Walton. Also, we have that R.J. Reeves, our anchor, reports. To recap, BNN's Regan Thomas is the first report that Drew Walton, the infamous Midwest gubernatorial candidate, appears to be the shooter responsible for the ultimate death of Professor Lane Hamilton earlier this evening. Only appears to be. Now also it says stay with BNN and BNN online, because we always want to have our 24-hour news reporting, and people can check on that at any point for the latest on this breaking news alert. The news is always changing, ladies and gentlemen. At 10:10, I don't think a person would argue in his entire courtroom that it looked like Drew Walton shot Lane Hamilton.
We should do correspondence.
I was just gonna say, we're gonna do it when we get there.
Correspondence. Mr. Berkshire, do you stand by your decision?
Absolutely. Regan Thomas did a phenomenal job that night. I think he's a great reporter. He followed all my ethics of journalism, and I've been doing this for over 20 years now. I would have done the exact same thing Regan Thomas did that night if I was in his shoes.
Mr. Berkshire, was Regan Thomas's broadcast the only news release from BNN concerning Lane Hamilton's death?
No, it was not. On September 25th, the Midlands Police Department issued that Lane Hamilton's death was a suicide. So we immediately updated our report because we always want to give the clear facts to the people.
During your time at BNN, does BNN usually issue retractions?
Sometimes we want to make sure that the audience is always updated on what's going on. And we want to make sure that they knew everything that was going on in the Drew Walton